I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. 3 John verse 4. This is a great comfort. This is a wonderful encouragement. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. John had been the pastor of the church in Ephesus and had led many to the Lord. It is a great joy to him now that he is an old man to hear that his converts scattered out over the area of Asia are still walking in truth. Here again, walking in truth means walking in right doctrine and in love for the brethren. His children manifested these things. It is a great joy to me to get letters from the from those who were led to the Lord over the years by my ministry. They say we are still walking in the truth, and perhaps they tell about how they are in a Bible church and are attempting to serve the Lord. That brings joy to my heart when I hear of young ministers who used to be in my classes and who are now standing for the truth. That brings joy to my heart. My daughter is like a great many other young people today. She thinks her dad is just a little old fogey, more or less a back number. And other days she went the other day she went out to hear a young man whom I had the privilege of teaching. After she and her husband had gone to hear him, she came back to tell me how wonderful he was and what a glorious message he brought. She told me that the message was as if it was something I had never heard before. It did sound strangely familiar, but I never said anything to my daughter. I just listened as she told me how wonderful it was. Excuse me. When she said, "You know, Dad, you may not be able to speak to young people today, but he is able to speak to young people. And they listen to him. His church is filled with young people." Well, I couldn't help but smile. I didn't really want to tell her that that fellow's message just happened to be one of my messages. I was glad that he gave it, and I'm sure that my daughter has heard me give it, but it didn't mean anything when Dad gave it because I'm an old fogey. But this young, sharp boy put in a lot of new words that young people use today that aren't a part of my vocabulary. And of all things, it is just a brand new message. Do you think I feel badly over that? You do not know what great joy that brought to me in my heart. I know exactly how John felt. John says, "I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth." Isn't that wonderful? You cannot help but rejoice in that, especially when you have come to the sundown period of life and you know that your future is no longer ahead of you. My future is behind me, and I rejoice in these young preachers who are coming along, and to feel that maybe I had a little part in their training, and to know that young people are crowding in to hear them, and is a wonderful thing.